Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us once again for another episode of From Our Home to Yours. My name is Russell. It's my beautiful bride, Kristi, and we're so glad that you would choose to join us on this Thursday night. This is episode 21 of From Our House to Yours. And for those of you who maybe are watching for the first time, we started doing this because we are worship leaders, speakers, and songwriters, and we get the wonderful opportunity of traveling around the country and sometimes other parts of the world. But because of the pandemic of COVID-19 we've all been living through, we had to find another way to continue to encourage and proclaim and to sing and just to share with folks. And so we've started doing these episodes. So if this is your first time, be sure and go back on our Facebook page and you can watch all the previous episodes if you'd like to, because our goal with this really was to encourage people. So we're glad that you're here tonight. If you're with us tonight, go ahead and make a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Like our page, share the video with your friends. That would be a great way to spread it and just to bring some encouragement to people. Things are getting a little bit better. Things are starting to open up a little bit, but at the same time, we still got a long way to go to get back to a kind of normal situation. So we're glad that you joined us tonight. Again, as always, if you want to make comments or ask questions, we'd love to do that. I already see some of those coming in. Hey, everybody. Adam watching from Nashville. We got some family watching tonight. But anyway, we're so glad that you're here with us. Make some comments, ask some questions, and we have a very special thing at the end of the video tonight. We need to make sure that Brandon knows that last week we had a friend of our kids, Brandon Garris, who was asking us to do a song called The Blessing. And we weren't really prepared to do it. We kind of knew it, but we hadn't done it before. So tonight we're going to conclude our video with the song The Blessing, which is a new song that just came out by Carrie Job and Elevation Church out of Charlotte. So some of you may have heard it, but if not, it's a great song. It really is a blessing put to song. So we're really looking forward to doing that. And if you were watching our last episode, you saw our kids, Will and Sydney, also singing and playing. And so tonight, we're going to bring them back because by popular demand, they are back with us. And they're going to help us close out our video episode tonight as we sing and play The Blessing all together as a family. So so glad that you're watching. Hey, we got Brent Jackson, his family watching from Oklahoma. Hey, guys, so glad that y'all are joining us tonight. Ashley Harris, one of our new neighbors, is watching from down the street. So glad you tuned in, Ashley. I haven't actually met you yet, but I've heard a lot about you from Kristi. Yeah. So look forward to meeting you in the future. So anyway, as always, we try and start off our sessions, our episodes by singing some songs of worship together. That's what we do. That's what we love to do. And so I know we can't hear you sing, but we'd love for you to sing along with us tonight as we kind of kick off our time together with a couple songs of praise and worship. All right? Does that sound good? You ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, 'cause your name is a light that the shadows can't deny, and your name cannot be overcome. Your name is alive, forever lifted high, and your name cannot be overcome. And Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, 'cause your name is a light that the shadows can't deny. Your name cannot be overcome, and your name is alive, forever lifted high. Your name cannot be overcome. is a light that the shadows can't deny, and your name cannot be overcome, and your name is alive, forever lifted high. Yes, your name cannot be overcome. And Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, your silence fear. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus.
Hallelujah, you have saved me. So much better your way. Hallelujah, great defender. So much better your way. When I thought I lost me, you knew where I left me. You reintroduced me to your love. You picked up all my pieces, put me back together. You are the defender of my heart. When I thought I lost me, you knew where I left me. You reintroduced me to your love. You picked up all my pieces, put me back together. You are the defender of my heart. Hallelujah, you have saved me. So much better this way. Hallelujah, great defender. So much better your way. So much better your way.
All right. Well, thank you so much for singing with us tonight. Again, my name is Russell. It's my beautiful bride, Kristi. If you just joined us, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 21 of our series, From Our Home to Yours, just our way of trying to bring some encouragement. So let's turn now and see who all's watching, what questions you might have, where you're watching from, that sort of thing. So we've already heard from our neighbor, our new neighbor. We got some family watching tonight.
Yes.
Our friend Adam Adam and Rhonda up in Jolton outside of Nashville, Tennessee, longtime friends of ours. The Jacksons from Oklahoma are watching tonight. Nicholas is watching from up in the upstate of South Carolina. Hope y'all are doing well. Let's see. Oh gosh, thank you.
Steve Harrington.
Yes, Steve Harrington.
Yay!
Hey, stranger.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's
That
awesome.
is
So good to
awesome.
see all of y'all watching tonight. Kristi's sister Tracy's watching. Her mom's watching. Our friend David Hanna, all the way from down in Louisiana, is watching tonight. Awesome to have you watching with us, being with us tonight too, David.
Your dad and Linda.
Yep, my dad, my mom's watching as well. So good to have everybody. Stephanie from she's always at the singles conference that we do every year in Labor Day. So if you're a Christian and you're single, you're looking for something to do around Labor Day, you need to check out LaborDaySingles.org. We're going to be there to lead worship. It's going to be a great weekend for singles ministry leaders. It's up in near Hendersonville, North Carolina. So check that out. Stephanie's always there for that weekend as well. So we're so glad that y'all are tuned in and watching with us tonight. As always, Kristi shares a scripture with us, and so I've asked her to share a specific one tonight, and it's got a few tongue twisters in it. So we'll see how
Yes,
she does reading
Please
this
bear
one.
with me. I'm trying my best. But this is 2 Samuel 9, and Russell will share more, but I'm going to read.
One day, David asked, "Is there anyone left of Saul's family? If so, I'd like to show him some kindness in honor of Jonathan." It happened that a servant from Saul's household named Ziba was there. They called him into David's presence. The king asked him, "Are you Ziba?" "Yes, sir," he replied. The king asked, "Is there anyone left from the family of Saul to whom I can show some godly kindness?" Ziba told the king, "Yes, there is Jonathan's son, lame in both feet." "Where is he?" "He's living at the home of Maker, son of Amiel, in Lodebar." King David didn't lose a minute. He sent and got him from the home of Maker, son of Amiel, in Lodebar. When Mephibosheth, son of Jonathan, who was the son of Saul, came before David, he bowed deeply, abasing himself, honoring David. David spoke his name, Mephibosheth. "Yes, sir?" "Don't be frightened," said David. "I'd like to do something special for you in memory of your father Jonathan. To begin with, I'm returning to you all the properties of your grandfather Saul. Furthermore, from now on, you'll take all your meals at my table." Shuffling and stammering, not looking him in the eye, Mephibosheth said, "Who am I that you pay attention to a stray dog like me?" David then called in Ziba, Saul's right-hand man, and told him, "Everything that belonged to Saul and his family I've handed over to your master's grandson. You and your sons and your servants will work his land and bring in the produce, provisions for your master's grandson. Mephibosheth himself, your master's grandson, from now on will take all his meals at my table." Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. "All that my master the king has ordered his servant," answered Ziba, "your servant will surely do." And Mephibosheth ate at David's table, just like one of the royal family. Mephibosheth also had a small son named Micah. All who were part of Ziba's household were now the servants of Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth lived in Jerusalem, taking all his meals at the king's table. He was lame in both feet.
Wow. Thank you for reading that.
Wow.
That's not easy to read, but what a great story, and it's one that you don't hear a lot about. It's not one of those songs. It's not one of those stories like Jonah and the whale or Joseph and his being sold into slavery by his brothers. This is a little more hidden kind of story there, but I love what it talks about, and I love what happens here. So hang on a second. I saw a few people jump on here and said where they're watching from. So Sherry Davis is in Lumberton. We'll see you Sunday at your church. First time we've been able to play out in over 2 months. Then Roger and his wife Kathleen in Richmond, Virginia are watching. Wendy Willis is in Staten Island, New York. Thank you for watching tonight. So we're really excited. And Lisa Smith from Lumberton, we'll see you on Sunday as well. But I asked Kristi to share this scripture tonight and this story because I just think it's such a beautiful picture of grace. And let me kind of give you a little backstory. David is the king, and he had made a promise to Jonathan. But see, Saul was Mephibosheth's grandfather. Saul had been king, and then David had become king. And typically back in those days when a new king or a new dynasty was taking over, it was all about eradicating and getting rid of anything that had to do with the previous dynasty. And so God really lays it on his heart to fulfill the promise that David had made to Jonathan, to show kindness to Saul's descendants. And so, but you have to think of how Mephibosheth probably felt being summoned to come to King David when he knew that he was nothing now. His family had been outcast. What could he want? Is he going to do away with me? What could this be about? Besides the fact that Mephibosheth couldn't even hardly walk, if he could walk at all. And so in those days, to have that kind of affliction or that type of problem, you were just looked at as the lowest of lows. And to be brought into the king's presence, and then for the king to say, "Hey, don't worry, don't fear. I'm going to do good for you. I'm going to make things right for you." And he displays this tremendous grace and this tremendous kindness towards Mephibosheth and his family, and restores them to the status they had, and makes a place for him at the king's table. So not only is he get all of his family stuff back, but now he's going to have a seat at the table with the king and the king's children. I mean, you got Solomon, you got Tamar, and they're sharing the table. He's sharing the table with the king's family. And what just a tremendous story. And you know what? The story is the same story that is painted for us because of God's grace that he has poured out to us. Mephibosheth didn't deserve it. He couldn't have paid for it. It was just all out of grace from David. And the same is true for us. God has made a place for us at his table because he has paid the debt that we could not repay. And he sent his son to live and to die that we might have life. And I don't know, so often we feel like, just like Mephibosheth, who am I? I'm nothing but a sorry, stray, lame dog. Why would you even do that for me? But God, in his infinite wisdom and infinite love for us, he came and died through his son Jesus. He came, lived a perfect life, died, and was resurrected so that he could redeem us, so that he could have a relationship with us. He paid a debt that we could never pay. And so just reminding you tonight that no matter where you've been, no matter what you've been through in your past, that God has made a place for you at his table. We get to walk into the glory of the king's realm and sit at his table. And I just think that's such a beautiful picture that we see from David to Mephibosheth, and it's the same picture that God's painted for us through Jesus. And so tonight, just know that you have a place at God's table, and it's a free gift that you can receive, and all you have to do is invite Christ into your heart. And tonight, if you'd like to speak with somebody about how you can do that, how to have a relationship with the God of the universe who loved us even while we were yet sinners and has made a place for us, then you can call the number that's in the description of our video here on Facebook, and somebody would be glad to speak with you and share with you how to do that. So thank you so much for watching again tonight. Let's see what else has popped up since the last time I checked. Okay, Sam's grandmother is watching tonight. That's great. Sam is our son Will's girlfriend, and so her grandmother is watching tonight. More friends up in North Carolina. Steve Fairchild, pastor of Low Country Community Church, tuned in tonight. Hey, Steve. Hope you're doing well. Man, it's so good to see you guys. Yes. Oh, Sam's mom's watching tonight. Miss Linda's watching tonight. That's awesome. So anyway, as promised, and coming up here in just a few minutes, Will and Sydney, our children, are going to join us again like they did last week to do a song to kind of wrap up our episode tonight. But before we do that, I know there's a lot of anticipation, and you want to hear them and see them because they're cute and they're sweet, and I'm biased, but I can say that. But are there any questions or anything that you'd like for us to talk about tonight, or any questions that you may have? So I'm going to give you just a second to do that, and I'm just going to make sure I haven't missed anybody. But go ahead and ask questions or share if you would. It's so good to see Steve Harrington on here. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Haven't seen you in forever.
I know, forever.
Yeah.
Back in the Carolina Opry days.
Yeah. Steve and his brothers, Steve Harrington, the Harrington brothers, they had the most awesome barbershop kind of tight harmonies, and they would just do some amazing renditions of songs and medleys. It was just phenomenal. So glad we got to know them and work with them years ago. Let's see. Oh, well, thank you, Lisa. Lisa Smith from Lumberton, she says that you and I are cute and sweet too, not just the kids. So thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Anything else? It's gotten quiet here. Any questions or anything before y'all just want the kids to come on? Is that what it is?
Well, somebody put some.
Oh, David Modal. David, are you still in Pennsylvania? David and his family used to live here in the area. We helped start a church in Conway, South Carolina together. We were all part of that kind of core group back in the day, the Rock Church, which is doing great in Conway, and they've got multiple campuses now. Even got a campus in Las Vegas, but that's David's watching. I think he's still in Pennsylvania, but we haven't seen each other in years. Yes, David says he is still. Please tell your family we said, hey, we miss you guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Yes. All right, so let's bring Will and Sydney in here for a second.
There you go.
Awesome. Everybody get in place. So I don't know if Garris is watching yet. He's not watching yet. Okay. Last week we had Will and Sydney on, and they did a duet together for us, and it's a special song I absolutely love. It's a Phil Wickham song. So if you missed that episode, go back and watch the previous episode, and you'll get to hear them. But in the course of our video last week, their friend Brandon continued to ask, do the song, The Blessing, do the song, The Blessing. And we weren't really ready to do that yet, and we hadn't practiced it. So we worked on it a little bit, and we're going to do it tonight as a kind of a way to wrap up tonight. And just want to remind you that story that we read a few minutes ago, that God has made a place for us at his table, and that God is for us and he's not against us. And this song is just what the title says. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that we want to sing over you and your family tonight. Just that God would continue to bless you and go before you and be all around you, and know that he is with you and that he loves you, and so do we. So let's do it. You ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
The Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace.
He is for you, he is for
Awesome, guys. That was fun. That was fun. All right, so let's check out and see what everybody's saying. Okay, so David Modell, our friend up in Pennsylvania, they moved from here up there and they started a church. Okay, and they're growing. Yeah, 10 years. Wow, it's been 10 years. How
That's
in the
crazy.
world? Awesome. So good to see everybody here. My brother Michael Prince is up in Philadelphia watching tonight. He
Yay,
said, "What a good-looking
Michael.
bunch." That's awesome. That's awesome. Sam's watching. Yeah, Will's girlfriend Sam's watching. She says, "Hey, my second family, so beautiful. Love you guys. We love you too."
We love you.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Well, last week I told you guys kind of hijacked our episode, and y'all were taking it over, and so look, you're back again this
Oh,
week.
I love it.
So
Absolutely.
you want to make it a here? I got one right here, Kristi.
Oh,
There you go.
okay.
So we gonna make this a normal thing or an occasional thing or
I like occasional.
occasional? You
Just saying
you
it.
don't want to fully commit to it, right?
Yeah, just every
I
once in
love
a
it.
while.
Every once in a
I
while.
love it.
Yeah.
Show up and take it over.
Yeah,
for the night.
yeah. What you think, Sid?
Anytime doesn't bother me.
Anytime. Yeah. You're just looking for opportunities to sing, right?
Yes.
Right. Yes. Sing and play. That's Sydney. That's what she wants
She
to
could
do.
be the weekly.
Oh.
I'll
You're
be the special talent.
yeah. The special talent. You'll be the person that's like, and also starring Will Johnson. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Featuring Will.
Will
Oh,
Johnson. Yeah,
featuring, yes.
yeah. Thank you guys for being with us again
Of
tonight.
course.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think it's the first time we've all four really done something like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, besides Christmas.
Besides
Yeah,
Christmas
bes-
stuff.
well,
Yeah. So
That was,
Christmas.
we never did one together.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
okay. Well, this might be
Okay,
the start of
first
something
time.
here.
Write it down.
So let us know what
Yes.
you think. Let us know what you think. That would be good. Okay, let's see if there's anything else before we go. My 3-year-old just said, "Let's do it again." He loved that song as much as I did. Thank you, Alora. That's very sweet. Brent says, "Miss you guys. Thank you for doing this every week." Wow, thank you. Thank you for watching, Brent. Praying for you guys out in Oklahoma. Miss you guys. Mom says, "Well done." Yeah, right.
Awesome. Thank you.
So Aunt Beth put hearts, so that's good.
Awesome.
But thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. We just want to bless you and just say that God is for you, not against you. In the midst of all we're living through right now, it's not by accident. God knows this, and He is with us, and He goes before us. He's all around us. And so keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. And until next week, next Thursday night, 8 o'clock, we'll be right back here once again for another episode of From Our Home to Yours. But just know that you are loved by our Heavenly Father, and you're loved by these 4 people right here sitting in front of you tonight. God bless you guys. Thank you for watching. Have a great week, and God bless.